Hey, Zainab. Good news is that when I need to take a bathroom break, I can just go. All right. Oops. So this is the bell work. Did you already do the survey? You didn't do the survey yet? Make sure you do that survey that I just sent you. All right, so make sure you do the bell work while we wait on Ayana. Jeremiah subscribed to the YouTube channel, so I think maybe he is participating at a different time. So Zainab, what do you think? How do you access elements of a stack? All right. So did you finish Boolean operators? I see the NAND, the NOR, the XOR, but not the compound function.
I have to make the compound.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I had the chat closed for a second. All right, so elements of a stack. Well, in pseudocode, we would use the functions push and pop. Hey, Ayana.
Hey.
Do you know if we're going to have an Anaya today?
I'm gonna check again.
All right. And then I saw that Jerry subscribed to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I told him about that because he says he's gonna wake up late and stuff. So I told him about the YouTube channel.
How late is he waking up?
I'm not sure.
Because I am not about to have 3 p.m. classes.
The 3 computer science classes.
No, well, that too. I'm not gonna like. Jerry's got to wake up early, and this isn't that early.
Yeah. I prefer like waking up at 8 than 5 every day. Easier.
Oh yeah, seriously, I've been waking myself up at like 6:30 because my body's just like, let's go, let's go, let's go. So, all right.
You still haven't rode your bike yet?
No, I snack voraciously when I bike, and not sure what the snack situation is going to be like. So I'm putting that off. Although I'm starting to feel antsy. So I'm definitely like, I need to get on the bike.
Yeah. It's separation. That separation's gonna get you.
Have you been doing the workouts?
Wait, what?
Have you been working out at all? Have you been doing some exercises? Both of you guys?
Yeah, we're trying to do like Zumba and stuff while we're inside.
I do pull-ups.
You did pull-ups?
Like
Nice.
Zumba and stuff.
Okay. Did you guys see the videos I posted from my nieces?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do one of them.
They're a lot of fun. Yeah, and they legit work out. Like they do gymnastics. They do all sorts of things. Like they know what they're doing. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so we were talking about accessing elements of a stack. And so Ayana, do you remember how to access elements of a stack? Were you there for that lecture?
What day was it on?
I talked about stacks on Tuesday, I think.
I think I was there.
Right.
But I don't know if I was on a field trip with Miss Williams. I don't know.
No. I mean this Tuesday. You weren't on any field trip this Tuesday.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I was there.
Okay. So remember to
Really?
add elements to a stack. What do you need to do? Push. That's the pseudocode, all right? But in Python, yeah, good, append. And then how do you remove elements from a stack? Pop. And pop is both pseudocode and Python. In Python, we didn't really talk about this for queues, but in Python, you can do something like this, where you can actually, you can pop the 0 element, and so that will pop from the front. So you can make a queue by actually doing append to enqueue something, probably. And then if you pop 0, that will remove the element from the opposite side that you appended from. And so that's how you can implement a queue in Python. So, and I know I'm mixing pseudocode and Python together, but hopefully through actually implementing these things in Python and Replit, you'll remember which ones are Python, and then you'll have the pseudocode guide in front of you for the EA. So, all right. And Ayana, did you do the survey? That one? Okay, so take a minute while I'm talking to Zainab about her Boolean operators and do that survey for me. It's really important. And then we'll touch base about where you are with Boolean operators. And then the second thing you should be doing today after Boolean operators is that systems work that is mostly on your own because it's like research. But if you have a question about any of the programming projects, this is an ideal time to touch base about that because you can do the systems part offline. All right, so let's go out to the REPLs. I only have 23 windows open. All right, so Zainab, we see here that we've got a NAND, a NOR, and an XOR. And if we run this, as I included that error checking at the bottom, everything checks out. Excellent. So now we're on the compound function, right?
Yep.
So the compound function, what did I ask you to do for this part?
You said it takes 3 inputs
3 inputs.
and let me I have to check. You will NAND the first 2 inputs and store the result in a variable NAND1.
Okay.
You will also NAND the first and third inputs and store the results in a variable NAND2.
Do you understand my notation here as I'm making these comments?
Yes.
Okay. And then the last step.
NAND the variable NAND1 and NAND2 and return the results.
Okay. So how many arguments are you going to have in there?
3.
Yep. And what are you going to, well, I'll let you figure out the rest. I think from here it's pretty straightforward as long as you're doing those steps, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then let me put in some checks here.
Wait, why is it true, true, false?
Yeah, I'm trying to think it through. That'll be false. That'll be true. NAND false true should be true. What did I do wrong? That's right. What's wrong? Oh, you don't have that defined yet. Got it. So then false. Then we should have I think 3 tests is okay for this one. So I'll let you write that.
Wait, what am I asking for in the inputs? Like, am I asking for an actual input or?
You are going to have, so you see how I'm using the function? You're going to have 1, 2, 3 inputs as arguments. Just like you had 2 arguments in XOR, you're going to have 3 arguments for compound function. And then you're going to NAND argument 1 and argument 2 and store that result in a variable called NAND1. And then you're going to NAND argument 1 and argument 3, store that result in NAND2. And then you're going to NAND those 2 results together and return the result of that NAND.
Okay.
All right, Ayana, are you done with the survey?
One more minute.
No problem. Take your time. I'm getting some really good feedback on these surveys. Wait. Oh. Looking good so far, Zainab.
Okay, I'm back.
Awesome. All right, so I'm on your multiplayer right now. Let me know when you're on. Yep, looking great, Zainab. All right, so Ayana, so it looks like you're here. Yay. Okay. So what happens when we do this? Oh. So if you want to run NAND, you have to run it with 2 arguments because it's expecting 2 arguments. So that's why I run it that way down here. Oh, shoot, sorry.
So just do arg1, arg2.
They should actually be values. They should either be true or false, each one of them.
Wait, where? Here?
Yeah, where you are right now. the two arguments for NAND should be just like I have down here.
Oh. Oh. I got what you said. So just put like that up here, but change something. So what I just get rid of this? There we go. Did that work?
What did you do? You got rid of it. Oh, I see. You just got rid of it and allowed the test to happen. Okay, excellent. So, so then your NAND is working 100% because you got true, 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 false, false.
Mm-hmm.
Now, now you should be working on the NOR. So,
Well, I did like the same thing, but just change.
yeah, I mean, you could just copy and paste that whole thing and then just figure out, all right, for this first one, is that going to be true or false? The second one, is that going to be true or, you know?
Mm-hmm. Was that me right there?
Yeah, let me get it out of your way.
Cool. I'm gonna work on it. Sorry I didn't end. I'll mute this somewhere.
Hello. Zainab, make sure you don't have a space right there. Might have done that wrong.
What, me?
No, Zainab, I might have done my test wrong.
Oh.
So true NAND true should be false. True NAND true should be false. Oh, that will totally be true. False NAND false should be true. False NAND false should be true. And that should be false.
So I got it right?
Yes, you did. You got it righter than I did. Yeah. Go ahead, plunk that in there and submit it.
Proud of you. Yes, Zainab. Yes.
Thank you.
Dance break.
Do, do, do. All right. Enough singing for today. Okay. So, Ayana, yeah. If I were you, like I said, you know, just copy and paste all that, and then just change the return values accordingly. Just watch your indentation. That's why that's underlined in red. So Zainab, you should be working on systems. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then for the and then and stuff. Just get rid of the comment for it, and that's it.
For these?
Mhm.
Yep. Sweet. Look at that.
Understanding.
Nice. All right. So now the XOR. You got a you got a little error going on here. Do you know why that is popping up? So my hint to you is it's not on that line. There you go.
My face is probably all up in that camera.
Yes, that was that'll be recorded for posterity.
Love that. Love that. And then wait, what's you put compound function?
Yeah, so what do you need to do for a compound function? What do the instructions say?
I got it refreshed.
I'll take notes in the comments while you read it.
Okay. So NAND 1 takes the first two inputs and stores it into the variable NAND 1.
What are you doing to those first two inputs?
You're adding them? No. The first two inputs you're storing it into NAND 1.
Right, but what are you doing to those inputs to store the result into NAND 1? What's the, I guess what I'm asking you is what is the mathematical function that you're doing to argument 1 and argument 2?
You're comparing them?
Comparing them how? What, look at the screen. So what are we doing to those first two inputs?
What? You're adding them?
Is that what this says? Are you looking at the same thing I am?
Yeah.
What are we doing to the first two inputs?
Oh, you would NAND them.
Ah, there we go.
Okay.
So we're NANDing the first two inputs. All right, we're NANDing the first two inputs and putting that result into NAND 1. Right?
Yes.
Does my note make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So then, what's the second thing we're doing?
Then you're gonna NAND the first and third inputs
Excellent.
and store it into NAND 2.
Beautiful.
And then you're gonna return NAND 1, and NAND 2. Right?
Yep.
Cool.
So, first problem to solve is this compound function is going to need how many different arguments?
3?
Yep. So go ahead, give it 3 arguments.
Oh, you would be here. Okay.
Mhm.
So would it,
Well, you need to make that into an actual function. That's just shorthand, right?
yeah. Sorry. So what I just do.
All right, what's the name of the function?
Compound function.
Right. So remember, when you do def, you are defining the name of the function. So we don't want the name of the function to be NAND1. That's going to be a variable within that function.
So I want it to be compound function.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then where are you going to put the arguments? Where are those 3 arguments going to go?
In the function.
Where?
There. But my thing is like how. So this you don't have arc 1 and arc 2, right?
Right, so you see up here, right, there's 2 arguments here. You're just going to make a third for a compound function.
So that would be here.
Yep.
So NAND2.
Don't call them NAND1, NAND2. Remember, these are arguments. These are incoming inputs, right?
Hmm.
So we have, just like I called it down here, I called NAND with true, false as my 2 inputs. So you're going to have 3 inputs. They're not NANDed yet. They're just inputs.
It's going to be arc 1, arc 2, arc 3.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. So after that, so what arc 1 act as the input 1, arc 2 would be the input 3,
Yep.
and arc 3 would be input 3.
Yep. So now's when you want to make those variables NAND1 and NAND2.
So I would do like, wait, what? So wouldn't NAND1 be arc1 in this instance?
Nope. Well, how are you going to get NAND1? What is NAND1 equal to? Look at the comment.
Input 1 and input 2.
Right. So you have
so
to make.
we're gonna do
Yep.
NAND1 is equal to, right?
But what do you have to do to arg1 and arg2?
Get the input of it.
The input. What are you doing to arg1 and arg2?
We're adding.
In order to get NAND1. What are we doing to input 1 and input 2?
We're NANDing them.
Yep.
So do NAND.
Yeah, look down here. Look how I'm using it down here.
So would you do that here? But what the? How do I do undo?
Control Z.
Thank you. Okay, so wait. So we're gonna do it's equal to, instead of doing, so arg1, arg2.
Okay. What's going outside those parentheses? Because right now you're not. What? Input.
I don't know.
What? Ayana. What am I doing down here? What function am I calling down there?
Oh, sorry.
All right. Now, it's just unhappy right now because you're not using that variable. And by the way, you misspelled that variable. No, you don't have to put those, you don't have to put that in parentheses. It was just unhappy because you haven't used that variable yet, right? So that's how you make NAND 1. Go ahead and make NAND 2.
Sorry. There. And then
You had that right. It needs to be indented because it's within the function.
oh, okay. Wait, oops. And then returned.
What are you doing to NAND 1 and NAND 2?
Combining them?
How are you combining them?
Adding?
Is that what that comment says?
Oh, we're NANDing them. Right?
Yep.
Okay. So hold on, let me NAND and then like do the same currency thing.
Okay. How do you use NAND?
Print it.
So you use NAND right here by having the first argument comma the second argument. Why did that change here?
Oh. So
All right, so let's
and then
grab this. Hey, Anaya. No, you don't. We're gonna call it. So instead of calling it right there, we're gonna call it down here.
oh.
So Anaya, are you finishing the compound function?
Here?
Sorry, I was talking to Anaya.
Oh, sorry.
All right, yeah, you go ahead and run it. See if it works, Ayana.
I hope it does.
Look at that. Look at those last three. True, 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 false, false. Good job.
Thank you.
So copy and paste.
Oh.
Yeah, copy and paste that code to
I like doing
Replit.
I like doing this. The
Multiplayer?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Replit did everyone a solid, and originally multiplayer was just going to be for sharing up to only 3 other people. That's what it has been this whole time. And with the school lockdowns, they have changed it to being up to 50 people.
That's cool.
So entire classes can get on the same Replit multiplayer. Big classes, bigger than ours.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Has anyone heard from David recently?
No, I haven't. I'll contact him later. computer, the school computer.
Yeah, I thought he did. Does he have Wi-Fi?
I think so. Let me see real quick.
All right. So then, Ayana, you should work on systems. And then Anaya is presumably here somewhere. And I wanted to hop on with her.
Oh, I need to finish. Well, I'll talk to you later today.
I heard, I
said I needed help on a project.
got it. So yeah, let's do that later.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
And I was focused on the system.
Don't mind me, I'm just getting set up for an experiment in physics.
Oh, what are you guys doing today?
I'm going to be rolling cans down an inclined plane. Let me tell you, it's pretty awesome.
Are those the different measurements?
Yeah, those are the measurements down the inclined plane to see how fast it's going. All right, I think I need to be back a little bit further.
Are you holding your computer right now?
Nope, this is a webcam.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah.
All I have is my little webcam. Hi, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today,
Rolling baseballs down a ramp.
well, soon to be physically. Don't forget to subscribe to Mr. Dutton's Teach and Teach. You'll find some interesting things, guys.
Definitely interesting. Sometimes educational. All right.
We should have like an intro. That'd be funny. Do you have any animals?
What's that?
Don't you have animals?
I got some fish back here.
How many? did any of them like excuse this but pass away? Or are they still good and going?
Oh, they're still fine. I rescued them from school.
I don't think they like school very much. Can't fish get like depressed or something sometimes?
I have heard that that is the case. I have not seen it with my own eyes, but I have heard that that happens.
I feel bad for the little fishies that do.
Yeah, it seems really sad. Like, I mean, you
They're
know,
like,
granted, they're trapped in a small container, so.
yeah. I wonder if they have made fish like yet. Do you know what'd be really cool to see on fish? Like little wigs and like
Uh,
accessories.
A what?
Like accessories.
For the fishies?
Yes.
I mean, there's a castle. I definitely could make a more engaging tank. It's mostly that I don't spend a lot of time and money in it, which maybe I should. Now that they're going to be spending even more time at home. When they're at school, you know, especially with the ninth graders around, the ninth graders like to do all sorts of crazy stuff to the fish tank. So,
Like, I wonder what a pencil would look like in here.
okay.
I have a new dog. We just got her not too long ago. Her name's Farah. She's fuzzy. She's like a puppy, so
Her name's what?
Farah. Here, I'll pet.
So, and I make sure to return the result here.
Let's get down to business. Wait, am I going to need to make another multi for the systems too?
No, that isn't actually not a program. It's just it's some research, some web research.
Oh. So it's not
It's not a replit.
okay.
All right. Anaya, does it when you run it? Does it work? Uh-oh.
You got this, Anaya.
Hey, great. Looks perfect.
Big
Go ahead.
brain.
Go ahead, copy that back into the assignment.
Thank you, thank you.
Take your bows.
Yes, yes.
All right. And then go ahead, submit that.
We're proud, we're proud.
Okay, so I have physics starting in a couple minutes here.
Probably about 2 minutes.
So tomorrow we will talk exercises. And so exercises for this week. And I am hoping that you will have at least started the systems work so that we can talk about some of those systems and why they're helpful, how you might be able to use them, especially for your IA. So at least take a look at that for tomorrow if you haven't already had progress. Angelina, I'll be back on with physics in just a minute. And take care of yourselves. Stay healthy, get some exercise. I will see you tomorrow.
Cool. Bye.
All right?
Bye, Zainab. Bye, Anaya. Bye, fishies.